Hello everyone, welcome to Dominions 4. My name is Mew, and this time around I'm going to be playing as the nation of Citlan. You might never have heard of Citlan before, which is fine, because it's a mod nation. All of the nations in this game were randomly generated using the NationGen program. Based on, I think they were just randomly generated and then just distributed in sort of first come first served basis. So the gimmick here is that none of the players in the game actually know what their nation is, or what it does, or what its units are, or anything like that. It's going to be totally random once we get in the game. And as an extra little cherry on top, all of the nations have also been assigned randomly generated pretenders as well. So not only do you not know what your nation is, but you also don't know what your pretender is, which means you don't know your scales or your bless. It's very possible and very likely that some people are going to get terrible nations with terrible gods, but that's half of the fun, and also why the game is called Fuck You, I guess. So we'll get right to it. I'm just getting over a throat infection at the moment, so hopefully my voice doesn't sound too bad. I might start to sound a bit hoarse as I keep talking, but you'll just have to deal with it, I'm afraid. So let's take a quick look at the map. Starts to wrap around there. So it's quite a lot of water, actually. I wonder if there's any water nations in the game. That's a lot of water, actually. That's about enough water for one nation to start with. There's even two thrones in there. So I don't know if there'll be a water nation or not, but let's turn on province names before I forget. So we started here, Citlan. We can see our scales here. We don't know what our god is, but we can see we've actually got quite nice scales, all things considered. We've got Order 3, Sloth 2, Heat 3, Growth 1, Luck 3, and Drain 1, which isn't too bad. That should give us quite a decent income, I would imagine. Got 15, minus 4, minus 10 for Heat and Sloth. But then we've also got a little bit of Growth as well. So yeah, that's a net game overall, and then we're also going to get some luck events too. So that's not too bad. We generate 3 water gems and 2 death gems. And usually I wouldn't go through all the units at the beginning of turn 1, but since it's a custom nation, I guess I'll have to. So let's take a look. These guys are Atlanteans, I believe. Yeah, let's go through them all. So, this is our scout, I assume. Yeah, so our scout is an assassin. That's quite cool. Fairly standard otherwise, apart from the fact that he's an amphibian with swamp survival and dark vision, which I guess is standard for an Atlantean. I've never played Atlantis before, so I don't know. Dual wield daggers, that's kind of interesting. Our commander is a swordmaster with 80 leadership, plus 10 for undead and magic, plus 1 morale for 3 squads, not bad. Also got some generic Atlantean stuff, I guess. Elite commander, also 80 leadership, and also 10/10 undead magic and plus 1 for 3. So I'm not sure why I'd want to recruit one of those when I could get one of these for 20 gold and 8 resources less, but I guess he's got more hit points and more stats, if we really care about stats. Looks like maybe there's different kinds of, oh yeah, there are different kinds of, I know these are definitely Atlanteans, but I'm not familiar with individual sort of ethnic backgrounds within Atlantis. Young composer. So our priest is priest level 1. It's not too bad. It's got poisonous skin. It's very cheap. Good stuff. Oh, we've got a level 2 priest as well, who's just a composer. Slightly more expensive. Okay. And oh, we have a priest level 3, a supreme composer. That makes sense. Cool. I wonder if what's he called? Supreme composer. Where's our site? Supreme. Nope. No. Oh, so we might be able to recruit these anywhere. So we've got a recruit anywhere of level 3 priest. That's kind of cool. Wow. Yeah. So we can get any level of priest we want up to 3. What's this guy? So we've got our basic mage now. Well, our water nation, it looks like. So water 2 on our basic research mage. 9 research, minus 1 for drain. 8 research for 100 gold. It's probably not very good. I don't really know what you do with water magic either. I know at level 3 you can drop falling frost on people, but I'm not sure about 2. Onyx Chanter. Alright, so we've got 2 water plus 1 fire, water, earth, or death. And then another 10% pick of the same. That's kind of interesting. Maybe we can do acid spells with this guy, if we get fire and water. Onyx Reaper. 2 water, 1 death, guaranteed. Okay, does he have... He's got 11 research. So is this guy. So, I guess if we just really want death 1, we can recruit this guy. Oh, he's cheaper than the Onyx Chandra as well. Corrupted Master. Okay, this guy looks pretty odd. He's a Sacred with Siege Bonus 3, Castle Defense 3, and Magic Power 1. Alright. Well, we're a Drain Nation, so that's pretty bad for us, actually. So he'll lose, I think it's Defense and Attack. And probably Strength as well. Or maybe it's Precision, I don't know. But he'll lose 1 for being in Drain. Oh wow. This is a big... oh, he's not slow to... I would have thought he'd be slow to recruit. He's not slow to recruit, but he's Astral 2, Nature 2, and we've even got a Blood pick. Wow. So that's quite a... He's quite a beastly mate. He has 1 air element at the start of battle as well. Alright, this guy's pretty beastly. So he's going to be the mage that I want to recruit the most of, I think. Just in some... especially with Blood. I've never done Blood, but I know that Blood is like amazing in the endgame. 280 gold though, so maybe that's... We'll recruit the little mages to begin with, and then switch over to recruiting these guys when we can. Then again, we've still got this guy, let's see. This is a slow to recruit mage. Okay, different paths though. So same as the basic mages though. Water 3, that's quite good, that's good for battlefield stuff. And Death 2 is also really good for battlefield stuff, because that gives us Horde of Skeletons. Earth 1 gives us the Earth buff spell, I can't remember the name of. The fatigue reducing spell. And we also get +1 to fire, water, earth, or death. But we start old age, that's too bad. We start 7 years into old age. Which might not be good. We've got a magic weapon as well. Did any of our other units have a magic weapon? Well, these are mages, I suppose, so... what about this weird guy? No, actually. Okay. Yep. Map move 1. Map move 2. 2. Okay, so he's hard to move around. I'm not as impressed by this guy as I am by this guy. Just because this guy isn't slow to recruit. If this guy was slow to recruit, this would be more interesting, but... this guy looks probably like the winning mage. I want a few of these because they're going to be so good at battlefield spells, but the old age puts me off a little bit. Okay, so those are our commanders. Let's move on to our units. The mages seem quite good. I can't believe we've got a level 3 priest. That's quite amazing. Elite Spearmaster. Not bad. We've got above average stats across the board with a length 4 weapon. Great Hide Shield. What's our protection? No helmet, okay. So we're going to get killed by arrows, even though we've got a shield, probably. I think that's how it works. Map move 1, terrible. Encumbrance 9, oh my god, map move 1, encumbrance 9, so these guys suck, actually. And they cost 23 resources, which is great, because we're a sloth nation. Okay, moving on. Map move 2, encumbrance 7, again, that's really bad. What is... Encumbrance 2, encumbrance 1, 3. So they've got 4 base encumbrance. That's not very good, is it? Average stats though across the board, except precision. They've got a harpoon that does a web. Alright, cool. So they've got that going for them at least. Swordsman, okay, these guys are just encumbrance. 4 wearing leather armor, no encumbrance. Also map move 2. Terrible protection. Wow, they've got a massive 200 weapon. 19 crushing and slashing damage. Okay. These guys don't look great, but maybe a mix of harpooners and swordsmen. What else have we got? Crushes. They throw obsidian darts. I've never seen that weapon before. Range 12. 4 ammo. Okay. But they've only got 8 precision, so that might not hit very often. Encumbrance 5. from the shield, I guess. Yeah, +1 from the shield. Crusher. Is that what I just clicked? We've got Crusher and Dart Thrower. Okay, so the Dart Thrower is the same, but it's got a dagger, I think, instead of a mace. I'm not impressed by any of these units, actually. These they aren't great. Elite Crusher. Alright, this guy's got to impress me, come on. Encumbrance 7 though, that's really bad. Better stats, not great still. A lot of hit points though, but he's size 3, that means. Looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but... yeah, it's still not... I mean, it's nice that they're all amphibious, I suppose, because there's a lot of water on the map, so maybe we can get into it. And Corrupted Warden. Aha! Wow, I have a really bad Sacred with 6 protection, 9 defense, and 1 attack, plus a ranged weapon. And magic power as well, and I'm a Drain Nation, so that's really bad for me. Poisonous Skin, though. Wonder if that's worth anything. We don't actually know what our Bless is, or if we even have one, until we declare a profit. So we'll have to do that. Okay, let's check out our starting army. So our starting army is the Harpooners. Gosh, 9 encumbrances. Oh, severe heat as well. So wow, we're gonna have 9 encumbrance in our Dominion. That's pretty terrible. And yeah. Plus we've got a mix of the 2 units that I thought I'd recruit. So that's not too bad, I suppose. There's our leader, and they've got an assassin for a scout. That's kind of cool. Okay, so before we start doing things, there's one other thing we can do, which is take a look at Pretenders of the World, because this will give us a little overview of the other nations, because obviously they're all custom, so we don't know what they do. So we've got, let's see, this is Mansang, a race of pale ones and humans, light infantry, heavy infantry, light Drake cavalry, and sacred heavy infantry. Earth, nature, and blood, weak air, water, and death. Priest weak. Wow. Mansang worships the pretender Jeso, mistress of the barge of heaven, goddess of suicides. They sound pretty cool, I guess. I mean, I don't think pale ones are very good units, but I don't know, sacred heavy infantry with native earth, nature, and blood sounds pretty good. Painted Mind, we've got Abyssians and Zots. Zots are quite good. Light infantry and heavy infantry. Swordsmen and archers. Sacred Zots, light infantry. I'm pretty sure Zots all fly, so we've got sacred flying units. That sounds pretty bad. On a blood nation too. Fire, death, and blood. Some Zots mages, priests weak. Great Hurricane of the Heavens, Princess of Thunder and Lightning. I assume that's a god. Naxu, we got primates and some humans. Heavy Spider and Line Cavalry, Sacred Heavy Ranger. Water and Astral, weak fire and nature, pretty strong. Alright. How are you? More pale ones. Magic, nature. And then he's got weak fire, earth, astral, and death, some pale one mages. See, Tussa worships the pretender, how are you? Lady of Dirt, the Earth monster. That's pretty good. I love you, race of lizards. Light infantry and heavy infantry, sacred heavy infantry. Water, death and nature, weak blood, moderate priests. Don't learn much from... Definitely a water god. Lord of the oceans, god of all sources of water, god of rivers, turners of the flood. Turner of the flood. Samog. Vetes, some humans, prefers cold scale +2. Hunters and hunters, that's cool. His magic is water, and he's got weak earth, astral, and death. Some Amazon human mages, strong priests. Moboda worships the pretender Samog, divine scribe. Jay Brereton. Abyssians and humans. Fire, water, and earth, moderate priests. Heavy horse and salamander cavalry. It's kind of cool. Let's play superstar Gabriel Pope. Race of humans, weak priests, light infantry and heavy infantry, bowmen and bowmen, light nightmare and horse cavalry and heavy cavalry, chariots, sacred heavy infantry. Okay, this guy's got a lot of mounted units, it seems like. Fire and earth, weak death and nature. Worships Gabriel Pope, the unshakable. Zanric, Humans, pale ones. Lots of pale ones in this game. Light lion cavalry. Fire and weak astral, weak priests. This guy doesn't sound very good. Pretender sounds like a death pretender. Guardian of the dead, the shadow, the lurker in the crypt. Moo is me. See what it says about our nation. Light infantry and heavy infantry. Sacred light skirmisher, yeah. Magic is water, astral, death, and nature. Yeah, that's about right. We've got the, yeah, we've got the go with air as well. Weak air and earth. Yeah, we've also got a chance at blood. Pretty strong. Can reanimate the dead. Oh, that's very interesting. So that means we can reanimate long dead with our priests, amongst other things. And my god is god of the ocean underneath. Can assume that's water. Supreme messenger, herald of the gods. Maybe that's a high dominion score. The pockmarked savior. I have no idea. And ruler of the ocean surface also sounds like water. So there we go. Harrower. Light infantry and heavy infantry, light cavalry. Sacred human heavy spider cavalry, that sounds cool. Death and blood. Priest weak. And last but not least, African squirrel. Atlanteans, some Kalians. Light infantry and heavy infantry, bowmen and bowmen, elite guard, sacred heavy infantry. Air, water and astral. Princess of the Heavenly Fires, the Howler. Alright. So there's the nations. Do you have any mercenaries? There are some mercenaries. I don't remember what Buralk is. I know he's a common one. I haven't played this game in a very long time, unfortunately. Okay, so let's declare a prophet. I haven't thought about what I'm going to name my prophet, so let's do recruitment first. Woodland, Harpooner, and Swordsman. We're going to get these guys, I think. I'm not very good at judging what the good units are, but just get a mix of these guys. That takes us neatly to 0 resources, but unfortunately a mage is going to cost 1 resource, right? Yeah. Let's get rid of Harpooner. We can actually afford one of these disciples of the Patient Coven. And why not? It's 17 research. They're not slow to recruit. That does take all of my gold. I wouldn't be able to buy the mercenaries. Maybe that's a bad idea actually. Let's just get one of the basic mages, put it on recruit, put it on repeat. And we'll put some money into mercenaries as well. I'll do all my gold, why not? Because we've got really good scales, we'll make it up eventually. Okay, so I'll make... What's this guy's name? Zochi Pili. Yeah, let's rename him. So... We'll declare this guy as our prophet. And this our assassin can start scouting somewhere. Should we ping the throne? This worked out horribly for me one time I did it. Because the throne had flying units and they just killed my scout instantly. But sometimes if you attack a throne and have the scout set to retreat, he will survive and then you'll get to see exactly what's in the throne province. So we'll give it a go, why not? It's been a long time since I played, so let me just consider. Is there anything else you do on turn 1? You declare a prophet, you do your basic recruitment, you check mercenaries, and that's it, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So I'll hit end turn now, and I'll see you on turn 2, which should be immediately, because, yep, 1 second, 0 seconds. Excellent. Alright, see you in a moment. Hello again, welcome back to turn 2. Lots of proclamations. People declaring the prophets. So Jason named this prophet Samog, which is a classic. Jemu has #1 Star Citizen fan. Prophet of Pain of Mind. They should have sent a poet. Prophet of Naxu. Bernie Bro, the commanding clubber. Prophet of How Are You? Shahar the General, Prophet of I Love You. What a boring prophet. Decrepus, the Staff Lord Jehovah knows, the Prophet of Samog. Okay. What's that? Okay. Jeff Buckler, the Spearmaster. Prophet of J. Burton. Masachika the General. Big Fat Idiot, Prophet of Zanric. Nice. There's me. Take your fucking turn, Hitler Rita the Scout, as the prophet of Harrow. And not this map again, the Flying Commander. Prophet of African Squirrel. Apparently this map has been played before. Good to know. Battle in Oaklands. So this was my scout pinging the throne. Fortunately for me, there were no flying units, so I survived. And we saw that this throne isn't actually that scary. But there are 4 mages. So we've got this guy here, the wizard. He's got some fire and water gems. Also currently in liquid body form. We've got these guys. A sorcerer. Death 2, Blood 2 with a bunch of death gems and also a bunch of blood slaves, you can see, on the battlefield. And another wizard. Water 2, Death 1, just like my mages. Also with a lot of death gems. Here's the blood slaves. And at the back here we've also got a Lion Tribe Witch Doctor with no gems. So just a few gem-carrying wizards. We can see not that many units overall. 91 in total, including the mages. So we didn't lose the scout at least, that's nice. We also bought the mercenaries. I probably should have looked up what these mercenaries were before I bid all of my gold on them. Because they are militia. Which isn't great. But we'll do what we can with them. Yeah. Oh well, I probably would have bid on them anyway. Just maybe not quite so much. Okay, so what's happening this turn? Well, we've got our first mage. He's going to be researching. I've decided to start off my research in evocation. It's kind of tough to know what to do with, because like most of my mages that I can recruit really are water 2, and water 2. And then these guys are guys that come later, but our main mage force are going to be water 2 mages. And I don't really know what you do with water 2. So I'm going to start off in evocation. That will give us Cold Blast and then Acid Bolt for whoever gets fire as their random. And also give us some other stuff on the way there. You know, Geyser, fire and water seems to have a couple of cross paths for, we've got Geyser, then we've got all these acid spells which ignore armor, I think, or they pierce armor. And also rust armor, which is pretty cool. So we want to cast some of the acid spells if we can. But we'll just get up to 3, I think, because we can't reliably cast anything else after that. Ice Strike would be pretty cool. This is going to come much later though, because that's at level 7. So I think we'll do evocation up to level 3, and then I think we'll switch to thaumaturgy. Was it? No. Alteration maybe? Yes. We'll switch to alteration after that, I think, because this gets a couple of buffs, and then it also gets Frozen Heart, which instantly kills things if it. I think it instantly does it not? Doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it instantly kills things. No, it doesn't. It just does damage. What am I thinking of a different spell? I thought there was a water spell that just instantly killed things. Either way, 100% precision on a spell that does 10 damage is pretty nice. I thought for sure it was instant death, but apparently not. Alright, whatever. But it goes through armor, it does 10 damage, it's guaranteed hit, so we pick off 1 unit every turn with that spell. Still pretty nice. And again, our cross paths with fire can cast Manifest Vitriol, which gives us Ethereal Lions. It only costs 2 water gems, so I thought that sounds pretty cool as well. But that's my strategy anyway. We go Evo and then Alteration. Maybe with a bit of Conjuration thrown in as well at some point. Because there are lots of Water 2 Conjurations, but I don't know if any of them are any good. So that's the plan. In terms of movements this turn, I'm going to send... So the units that I recruited have been given to 700 undocumented new spells. He's going to attack Jankeep. So my options for attack were... there's this province that has very few units, it seems. So this is the one I'm going to send the militia mercs at, as you can see. We've got the throne, we've got the Deer Tribe, which shouldn't be too difficult. But I'll leave that for later. We've got a Wasteland, which only has 9 income, so it's not really a priority, but also quite weakly defended. Militias and light infantries. And then Jankeep here, which is militias, archers, and heavy infantries. Might be kind of difficult. Archers and heavy infantry means we might get stuck hitting heavy infantry while archers plink away at us. But We'll give it a shot. And then from Jan Keep we'll go to Furia, I think. I don't think we'll mess around trying to expand, because I don't think our units are very good. But we'll give it a shot. So we'll attack Jan Keep. I've got one guy in a solo squad out in the front to try and attract arrow fire. And then I've just got the other two guys in their own little squads behind. And my profit is set to Smite spells, which should be fine. And I'm scouting Ultima Delca. We'll scout towards the water, because our troops are amphibious, so if we get towards the water we might be able to take over the ocean before anyone else does. So that's the plan for now. Recruitment, we're just recruiting the same things. I'm recruiting one of these mages now though, one of the ones with the one random. We'll try and get some Water 3 Fire 1 mages, and maybe some Water 3 mages. And see how that goes. And I think that's everything. Oh yeah, mercenaries. There's Victor's villains, but he's only I think that's 10 archers for 30 gold. Which I suppose isn't bad, because I've got 69 gold in my treasury. Why not? We'll bid it just to help us expand. I'll bid 65. And so hopefully next time we'll have 2 new provinces. And some more mercs. Alright. Gonna hit end turn now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on turn 3. Hello, welcome back to turn 3. We had our 2 battles, and it looks like we were not successful in bidding for mercenaries, but that's okay. Battle in Sleepy Mountains. I don't remember which one this was. Oh, this is the militia, okay. So they were against almost nothing. So presumably they won quite easily. Let's speed it up. Excellent. So that's the first province we've claimed. It cost us 4 militia, not bad. That's Sleepy Mountains. And also we had a battle in Jankeep. A priest, that's a good sign. We should be able to recruit priests, I think that means. Oh, the harpoons really do webs, that's interesting. Good stuff. That was fairly straightforward. We lost 2 of our swordsmen. We took a 32 unit province. And we did have 45 units, so I guess that was a bit easy. And an unexpected event has occurred in Citlan. A magical bird of wondrous colours has been found. Small gems were hidden in its feathers. 3 fire gems, 4 air gems, 1 water gem, and 5 earth gems. Excellent stuff. Okay, so what's happening this turn? Well, first of all, there were a few things I forgot to go over last turn that I intended to, but slipped my mind. The first was to check what our Dom score was, because obviously we don't know what our pretender is. We can see the scales here in our cap, and assume that these are our basic scales. But if we click on our temple, we can also see our dominion, which in this case is 6, which isn't too bad, considering that the pretenders are randomly generated, which means that they really can be from 1 to 10, so 6 is, I suppose, quite lucky. And the other thing I wanted to check as well was what my bless was, which we can do by clicking on our prophet's bless icon here. And we can see that our bless is precision +3, missile range +35%, which is some sort of level of air. That's not the greater buff though, because I think it got changed. Defense +2 is some water, reinvigoration +2 is some earth, and undying +5 is some death. So if I had to guess, I'd say that's about like 5 air, and then like 2 or 3 earth, 2 or 3 water, and 4 or 5 death, is that right? I'm not sure exactly about the numbers, but it seems like a fairly low 4-path rainbow. Which is fair enough. And the other thing I meant to talk about was, because I went over research, and I forgot there's one other thing I'm going to need from research, which is, since we are a reanimation nation, we're going to need to do some enchantment for Revive King. This allows us to summon an undead leader, because none of our mages are... Well, none of our leaders are very good at leading undead troops. They all just have undead 10. And our mages aren't great either. We've got this guy with guaranteed death. He gets undead leadership 30. And this guy is undead 0. Okay. But yeah, you get the idea. We need something that can lead undead troops. And Revive King fills that niche quite nicely. Only costs 3 death gems. So we'll need some enchantment at some point, and we'll need somebody to actually cast Revive King, which will be this guy, the Onyx Reaper, because he's got a guaranteed level of death. Also, just to check out the provinces we've just taken, we can recruit scouts in this one. So I've set that to repeat. We can also recruit priests here if we build a temple. So I'm going to get that up quickly so we can start spamming priests and then spamming Long Dead. And in Junkeep, same thing except no scouts. We can get another priest here. So both of these provinces can we can recruit priests from, which would be really nice. So in Citlan, I'm recruiting a young composer here. He can walk around building temples, and then we'll start recruiting priests, and then the priests will start reanimating, and then we'll have lots of Long Dead. In terms of movements for this turn, Scout is heading further towards the water. I just want to check out what the coastline's like. The mercenaries with all those militia are going to attack Golem range. This province looks quite large, but it's just Deer Tribe, so we'll see how militia fare against Deer Tribe. I'm not sure how well they'll do. Hopefully they won't do too badly. And if we're lucky, then we'll take the province as well. And the army and Jankeep are going to move northeast here towards Bodden Weald. This province only has 10 Long Dead horsemen in it, which is really nice for our army because we've got our prophet, of course. So I've rescripted him to cast Banishment 5 times in a row, which is the anti-undead spell. And hopefully that will make short work of that province. So, I better put some province defense in as well. Put 3 points of province defense in each province. And that's it for this turn. So I changed unit recruitment slightly. I've started recruiting one of the Woodland Harpooner, which we've seen, and the Woodland Swordsman, and then also one of these Dart Throwers as well, which is another cheap unit with a shield and a ranged weapon. So they're sort of in a 3-point alternate, so it's like I get one of these, and one of these, and then I just repeat it, and that's what these are, and I'll just put them into blocks of troops. I think what I like to do for expansion now is I'll take Bodden Weald, and then I'll take Amethia, and then with the commander that I'm recruiting in Genkeep, I'll move that home to Citlan next turn. Wait, is this gonna... Yeah, that'll work, won't it? And then the turn after that, I can move some troops out of Citlan into Furia, along with some troops from Amethia into Furia as well. And then we can equalize the two armies and send them out in 2 different directions. So that's the plan. Anyway, that's turn 3. I think that's everything. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on turn 4. Hello and welcome back to turn 4. Let's get to it. So, 4 messages. First message was an actual message. This is from Coward Judge. I guess we generated heroes too. So, I think that means we have randomly generated heroes, which would be cool. And we do have luck scales, so hopefully we'll see our hero at some point. Battle in Bodden Weald. So this was my army against the Long Dead. And the Long Dead horsemen do have light lances, so they do hit quite hard on the first strike. Enough to kill a couple of my dudes, as you can see. But after that, the smite cleans them up quite nicely. Unfortunately, my harpooneers do rout, but the battle ends before they actually get anywhere, so they are still with the army, fortunately. Which is always good luck. So, we lost 6 harpooneers and 2 swordsmen, which isn't too bad. The Independents were led by a Mound King. I think this is what I was talking about summoning in Enchantment. Revive King, I think it gets you this guy, who has 80 undead leadership, so that would be really useful. Yep. So we took Bodden Weald. We also took Golem range. I'm not going to watch that fight because it's just 56 militias walking forward. 11 of them die, but quite a straightforward fight. So we took Bodden Weald and Golem Range. And an unexpected event occurred in Golem Range. A furry court of summer has been travelling through the land. Growth and luck have increased, but frolicking peasants have left the fields untended, causing a fall in productivity. So growth +1, luck +1, and sloth +3. Tax -100%. And currently with sloth scales in Golem Range, the income is 15. So we lost out on 15 gold that turn, which isn't exactly... it's not really much to cry about, is it? We don't have much income in any of these provinces. Oh, this one's not bad, 56. We're going to have to take a lot of provinces and really spread our dominion around to get our income up. Because part of our... I mean, like this one, this Jankeep has the highest income, but it has the worst of our scales currently. It has Sloth 1 and Heat 3, which is not what we want. We want the Order to move in here, and the Growth 1. Anyway, that was it for messages. So what are we doing this turn? Well, we recruited our first scout in Sleepy Mountains. I'm going to head down south with him, because we've got a neighbour here. We'll check out what our neighbour is doing. That neighbour is... it'll be a while before I remember the names of the nations, but it's played by How Are You? It's the nation of Citasa. So, Citasa here is our neighbour to the southwest. Yeah. And we also recruited our commander here, moving to Citlan to pick up the troops, who are building up quite nicely in the garrison. And we've got our first priest. Our priest is heading to Jankeep to build a temple, with which we can recruit priests. And then we'll head to Sleepy Mountain to build the other temple, to build other priests. In Golem Range we can recruit Deer Tribe Shaman, which I don't think I'll bother because they're Nature 1, but we've already got a Nature 2 Mage that we can recruit in our cap. And in Bodden Weald we can recruit just commanders. So, in terms of the army movements, the mercenaries in Golem Range are going to head to Kareen next. I'm not sure if they're going to be successful because this province looks fairly large, and it has heavy infantries as well as light infantries, so we're down to 44 units. We'll see how it goes. Militia aren't exactly great, and some of them are afflicted now. Morale 8, that's the big problem I think, is that they'll probably rout quite easily. But hopefully we'll take Kareen. I'm going to put in a bid for them. I'll put in just slightly above the minimum bid, just to keep hold of them. They're worth 85 gold if they survive, I suppose. I'm sure there'll be something around here we can attack with them. And the main army up here, I've switched back to smiting and is going to attack Mythia. I was thinking of attacking New Latham, but it contains heavy cavalry and that's probably not going to be possible. Some nice provinces here that we could probably take as well, because it's only Horse Tribe, but I don't really want to expand in this direction. I want to kind of loop back over the top now towards Gentle Plains. So we're attacking those two provinces, moving our new troops and our priests around, and scouts are continuing around as well. And that's it for turn 4. I'm being a bit cautious because as soon as I hit end turn, that's it. The turn's going to submit, and it will become turn 5. So, but yeah, I think. Oh, and in terms of recruitment, I'm recruiting another priest as well. I'll get 2 priests out to build these temples, just to save time. So research isn't really going anywhere yet. Okay, ending turn, and I'll see you in 0 seconds. Hello, welcome back. Turn 5. Last turn of the video. Battle in Mythia. So this was my army, my Atlanteans. Fairly straightforward. So is this light infantry? Yeah. Not much to say. Probably not worth watching these fights anymore, unless we have some strange independent enemy. But yeah, another province for us. And battling Kareen. This one is worth watching, I suppose, because we're against very few units, and we lose horribly. Which is what I expected to happen because militia aren't very good, to be honest. But we give it our best shot. Look at that. We hang in for quite a while. But eventually we rout. And that's the end of that. So, probably shouldn't have bothered spending the 85 gold on these guys, but oh well. At least the province has it's been slightly reduced for the next army that comes along. Unexpected event occurred in Citlan. A handful of gems have been found in a hot valley, 5 gems plus 5. And then an unexpected event has occurred in Bodden Weald. The people have revolted and you've lost control of this province. Province lost. So that's good, isn't it? So that's an event that you can get if you're unfortunate. And it doesn't matter how many province events are in the province, you just lose the province. The only thing that stops this from happening, I believe, is that if you have at least one military unit in the province, you'll never get this event. So if you're particularly paranoid about ever getting this event, it can be worth just recruiting one, any one troop in the province and just leaving it there. Because I think that prevents you from getting that event. But I did not do that, so I've lost the province, which is really, really bad luck. But what are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So, I'm moving this army back to Bodden Weald. The plan was to head to Furia and meet up with some troops from Citlan. But we're going to go back to Bodden Weald and take it with this army. Do I have any more? Yeah, I'm recruiting another commander. I want to keep leading armies out of Citlan as often as possible. I'll attack Bodden Weald with the troops in Citlan, take that back. I've got a new army rolling out of Citlan now. I just remembered I haven't mentioned that my prophet got into the Hall of Fame. I'll go over that in a second. He got that last time, I think. So these are the troops we just recruited. It's a nice mix of all the 3 main troops that I'm going to be recruiting. And where's the other one? These guys as well. Guys with daggers and darts. So they're just at the front. I don't know how effective these guys are going to be. They're not great troops all around, but I'll throw them at the Deer Tribe. Deer Tribe aren't great either, so hopefully we'll beat them. So we'll attack the Deer Tribe with that, and we'll attack Bodden Weald at that, and hopefully that will take those 2 provinces. In Citlan, we've got 7 troops left over in the garrison, and we're recruiting a few more. Recruitment is a bit diminished because we're building a temple this turn as well. And I'm also recruiting my first Onyx Reaper, so that I've got someone who can revive King. I should probably just switch to enchantment now, to be honest, just to make sure it's... Well, we only need 6 more points to get level 2 Evo, so... Sure, we'll get that. Level 1 Evo. What will that give us? Cold Bolt. Sure, why not? So we'll get that, and then we'll switch to enchantment. Who else is moving? Moving the other priest from Citlan to Sleepy Mountains. Priest and Jankeep is building a temple. Scouts are moving down. And 1 scout is moving up. And that's it for this turn. Unfortunately, there are no mercenaries still to recruit. We could do it with some mercenaries. Then again, we could also do it with some gold, so... But we're getting the temple up here. Let's start pushing our dominion around. Still lots of neutral provinces around, so we're not losing too much land. We can see that How Are You has a cool army of... They look like skeleton dudes. Elite swordsmasters and light swordsmen. I assume they're going to move right. They might move up to Kareen. That would be annoying for me. I don't think he'd go any further than that though. That looks like a really bad province. 50 enemy units. Contains heavy cavalry. Yep. So that was turn 5. And the end of the video. So thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.